I'm here at Tommy V's Urban Kitchen and Bar in Scottsdale, in Old Town Scottsdale, with Cameron Hughes. Hi, Cameron.
Hey.
What you drinking?
This is Lot 351. It's a Costière de Nîmes Rosé. Rosé.
Look at that color.
Rosé. Very pretty. Awesome. Yeah, if you can get it in the light, man. So it's a little, it's kind of like Provence meets Spain, right? Spanish rosés are, you know, darker in color, redder, and then you've got Provence rosés, which are almost orange, like salmon's colored. And this is kind of a hybrid right of the two. Costière de Nîmes is just south of Burgundy, so you know you're getting the fruit for a third of the price. I'm sorry, south of the Rhone.
What are you doing in Scottsdale today?
I'm doing a wine dinner tonight here at Tommy V's. This is through Costco, actually. Costco put this together. I didn't know they did things like that, but they did.
Yeah, from time to time, I guess they sell them at select stores.
I think they do a lot through the Scottsdale store. There's a lot of people that are interested in this,
yeah.
right?
Have you done many of these type of events, or not that many, or no? So
I do 10, 20 wine dinners a year. Sure.
Okay. Now, how long have you been doing the Cameron Hughes line of wines? Since when was Lot 1?
You know, Lot 1 started at the end of 2004.
Okay.
Right. So I mean, you know, we launched, you know, basically 8 years ago last month.
And then, how long before you got into Costco? Was that almost immediate, or did you have to work at it?
Lot 1 went immediately into Costco. I mean, it was sold to them as bulk wine, right? And my promise to them was that, look, let me interface with the bulk wine market for you, and I'll put together the wines. You'll buy them or you'll commit to it as a tank sample or a blend, final blend, and then we'll go out and buy the wine for you, right? So we would act more as a broker back then than we do now, you know, because the wine was all sold before I would buy it. And that's how we got started, because we didn't have any money. So, you know, you needed Costco to give you a purchase order and to get the bank to do business.
And then from that small first lot, I don't know, how many cases in the first lot, do you remember?
1,800.
1,800. What kind of numbers are you moving these days?
Well, we don't talk too much about it. I can tell you though that we will produce. We crushed 5,000 tons of fruit in 2012, and then we will buy. That's about 300,000 cases worth of wine.
Wow, that's
we'll buy another 200,000 or 300,000 on top of that. 2012 is a big vintage and an awesome vintage, right. And we needed it. 2011 was really spotty. East and west side of Napa, you could make some good wines. Sonoma County was a disaster. And just a really, really hard vintage. Really hard vintage.
You mentioned that you crushed fruit. Now, is that a new aspect of your business model?
We've been doing it since 2007, but never on the scale that we did it this year. You know, in 2008, we ramped up our Chardonnay production because we saw Chardonnay coming in short, and we started augmenting with Napa. And then after the 2009 harvest, we thought there would be lots and lots of great Napa bulk wine, right? Well, what guys did is they took in grapefruit, made it in stainless steel tanks with oak chips and micro-oxidation. And you can't make good Napa Cabernet that way. It just doesn't work. So we really invested in a serious barrel program at that time. We now lease thousands and thousands of barrels, which we deploy around the state of California in various partnerships with growers and wineries. And the key to the program is that everybody carries paper on the deal. Everybody's invested in the deal in terms of sharing the cash flow obligation, right? So what I don't have to do is spend $1 million on grapes in December and February and then sit on it for 2 years, right? Because that kills my whole business model, right? So what we do is we get growers that we like, we partner them with facilities, we bring the barrels to the party, everybody kind of shares the cash flow obligation of the deal, and we'll make progress payments on it, or, you know, maybe just, hey, 25% every quarter, something like that, until, or maybe 50% when you take it out of barrel. Every deal is different, and we do a lot of.
And then as far as moving forward, What are you going to do when you run out of numbers? Are you going to just go over 1,000, or
That's the elephant in the room, right?
is 500
What
the
do
last
we do?
lot?
Yeah, I know. We're up to 404, and I'm losing track of the numbers. So you got to think that something's got to give. So we need to rationalize the portfolio into, I think, the opportunity wines, which are spot market buys, right?
Yeah.
And those will stay within the lot system. And we'll probably do that with higher end European offerings, and then California bulk wine offerings, and then the wines that we can make consistently. Okay, let's create another portfolio for those, and what that portfolio looks like is a subject of great debate, which we will begin to discuss in our company on Tuesday next week, actually.
Over some glasses of wine, probably.
Yeah, you're being very privy to confidential information right here. You're
All right.
pulling it all out of me, Tim.
It's going all over the interwebs.
Yeah, good.
And one other thing that comes up was...
It's all the stuff we couldn't talk about on CBS. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, didn't have time.
What wine goes with turkey?
I thought I did okay. Well, the problem is half of those wines weren't on our website, but what are you going to do?
What do you say to people that say, well, I only buy rated wines? Have you heard that before?
Sure. I say, look, rating, well, first of all, listen, my typical response is these wines are typically sold out long before they're reviewed. If you look at, the calendars for, the Spectator and Parker, they're very tightly, all right, in June we're doing Central Coast Reds, right? We release 100 wines a year, so they don't fit into that continuum. We've never had to get our wines reviewed to sell them, and so it's not all that important to me, though. We'll send stuff in that we know we expect it to get a kick-ass score, just for the advertising side of it, and we'll wait until, it doesn't matter if it's sold out or not. But typically, by the time stuff gets reviewed, the fastest reviews are the enthusiasts. They tend to turn them around in about 3 months, and they don't really care about their editorial calendar as much as the Spectator and the Advocate do.
Last question. For 2013, what wine region do you think is going to come up or be hot?
Well, everybody keeps talking about Eastern Europe, Hungary, Romania. I don't see that happening anytime soon. Those are oddball varietals. Australia will resurge around the globe. Now, whether they can do it in the United States remains to be seen, but Australia is making really fantastic wines at really good prices and with incredible diversity, and so much of what they do doesn't come over here. And I'd love to go spend, a month in that country just sourcing. And I think Australia is going to be a big player there. That would be my prognostication. I don't know what the next big varietal is. If you sat down and put them all in front of me, I could tell you, all right, look, this has got, the fruit profile. I can tell you in California, Tempranillo is being planted fairly widely in Lodi area and then other areas of Lake County. So I think Tempranillo's got a future in California. Grows well in the arid, hot climate, right, of Spain. So why can't it do well in California? Similar climates and heat spikes, etc. So Tempranillo out of California looks promising.
All right, Cameron, thanks for your time.
Sure.
Let's go in and enjoy dinner.
All right, thank you.